What's going on, guys? Welcome back to NBA 2K for another build tutorial. Last time I did a LeBron and Shaq build, so this time we're going to do a Giannis Antetokounmpo build. The goal of this build is to make a combination of length, power, a guy who can do coast to coast, elite finisher around the rim, and a good defender and rebounder. We gotta give up some aspects of his game though, as we can't really replicate the exact Giannis, but I'll try to make it as close as possible, and now let's get into it. We name him Giannis, of course. Some guys put him as small forward, but max for small forward is 6'9", which is too small even with a long wingspan. It's not gonna be so Giannis at all if we take that, so we take power forward. Right-handed, and of course number 34. And now let's go to the pie chart. My top two picks here are the first one, which has the big finishing part, and the fourth one, who has a fair share of finishing and rebounding defending. But the thing about the fourth one is you'll have limited playmaking badges, which we really need later on. We probably need at least 3 gold playmaking badges for us to run the floor coast to coast and finish around the rim, which Giannis does. So we really need it. It's gonna be more of a AD and Blake Griffin type if we choose the fourth one. I know we're going to compromise some defensive part of the game, but I'd rather have a less defender Giannis than a Giannis that can't run the floor so well, so we gotta pick our poison on this. So we're taking the first one. Physical profile, top 2 picks here will be the second and the fourth one. Check on vertical as I scroll through them. I'm giving a lot of vertical in exchange of 5 strength and a couple of points for speed. If I choose the second one, it's not gonna be really good. Remember, we compromised the rebounding and defending part, right? So we need that vertical to make up with it. So we're taking the fourth one. Now for the stats, we max out finishing. For playmaking, max out post moves and ball handling, because we need that to have enough playmaking badges. Now we have 13, which is really good. Shooting, max out mid-range, because there will be some times that you want to get inside but you got clumped up. Clock winding down, and the only choice is to shoot. At least you have a better chance of making it. Forget about 3 points. I know Giannis can shoot sometimes, but we're not going to take that 3 anyway, even you have 50 or 55 on it, so just ignore it. Defense rebounding, max out rebounding and blocks, and it's up to you how you want to distribute the remaining points, but I suggest to put it on interior defense and lateral quickness. Forget about perimeter defense as we stay mostly inside anyway. We choose 6'10" for the height, 242 for the weight, it's the current weight of Giannis, and the max wingspan. And we take slasher as the takeover. Don't bother much about the archetype because they only generate it through stats and position, and it doesn't consider badges. So everything will make sense when we put on those badges. We go to the finishing badges. Hall of Fame will be acrobat, back down punisher, contact finisher, fancy footwork for slashing, and relentless finisher. And for the gold badges, we got drop stepper and the lob city finisher. Silver badges will be putback boss and fast break finisher. Shooting badge, the only thing here that is useful I think, is the hot zone hunter, so we take it. And for the playmaking badges, these are the badges that we really need for us to run the floor. As I mentioned earlier, we got gold for downhill, for speed in transition, quick first step so we have that speed boost feel to it, unblockable to avoid being stripped by lockdowns, and post spin technician. Imagine if you only have 1 to 3 playmaking badge, it's not going to be good, right? And we take dream shake for the remaining badge. Rebounding badges, we take rebounding chaser and rim protector as golds, and chase down artist as bronze. I know it won't be a great rebounder and defender, but if you have those 2 golds, 6'10", max wingspan, and a good vert, you'll be fine. So now the Greek Freak is good to go. I have you guys some highlight clips on this build so you can have a quick glimpse. I'm not too sure though what difficulty is it, but this build had a decent all-around game. 37 points, 14 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 blocks, and a dub. And I'll be making a lot of tutorials weeks after the official game comes out, so make sure to subscribe to tune in for these videos and enjoy the game.
Until the refs toss up the tip. Could someone drop 50 tonight? Will we see overtime, a triple-double, a buzzer beater? We all have no idea. This
to even start over them with enough improvement.
Absolutely. We saw Nick Nurse call on Pascal Siakam over other vets. They aren't scared to play the kids in Canada. So if you end up with this MP big build, you will get a chance to be a significant player.
These kinds of incredible passes.
Now here's Lowry, and my player throws it down.
By his energy, guys. He's usually in the middle of everything for them.
Toronto is in a strange spot. They just won the champ.
Guys who can win now. The East is still open, and Toronto is still, I think, a player away from returning to the finals.
Offensive rebound. My player with the block.
If my
bombarded, they haven't been able to slow them down.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Good for his sixth make and a dozen. The jump hook. In deep, Antetokounmpo drops it in.
Seen last year, and I'd like to see him continue to improve and take more of the offensive load. Maybe get that average over 20 points per game. But after losing Danny Green, too, he signed with the Lakers. The Raptors could use shooters to put around Siakam and Marc Gasol.
And I think some youth as well. I mean, they have a nice core, but they're vets in Gasol, Ibaka, and Lowry.
Isn't anyone who could physically match up with him, but he also showed great skill.
And that's what you appreciate about his game. He's a threat to put up points.
Johnson, back to my player. And he uses the glass on the layup. Now here's Russell. 8 points for him. My player with the block.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Tim, right? I mean, another good job of drawing contact and getting to the line.
Goes up again. My player with the block. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Well, it's tough to stop bigs like my player inside like that. Sometimes all you can do is foul them.
That's also good.
Playmaker as well.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Good work there as it goes. Good D by Kyle Lowry.
Well, you love the tough D, especially inside.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it gives you.
Thompson for 3. It's rebounded by Johnson.
And for some reason, I'm not really sure, he hasn't been a big part of their offense today. Hard to get into a rhythm when you're getting
side. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws for him. That's going to go on Thompson.
We're getting a look at my player's approach here. He's comfortable playing in attack mode.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
What a monster sequence. Steph Curry, knowing they need points there, takes it upon himself to make that happen.
He's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
And he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple indeed. And those could be an important 2 points, guys, in a close game like we have here.
Here's my player. Rebounded by the Warriors. Thompson outside. Pass to Curry. Down low. Ollie Stein takes the alley-oop pass and dunks. Grabs the miss.
Excellent interior D right there to force the miss.
Yeah, his defensive ability is a huge factor, no doubt about it.
Prevent those easy ones.
This is a huge possession.
You have to execute, be calm under pressure right here.
Passed on to Antetokounmpo. To the middle. Powell. Oh, he got it!
It's rare to see players, my player's position, dish the rock like that. That was an absolute dime.
Now a timeout.
Yeah, I think in a possible 2-for-1 situation, this next play they run, it's going to be interesting to see what they go with. No room for error.
And the dunk by Willie Cauley-Stein.
Good vision by Curry, but for that play to work, you also have to get open. Terrific job by both guys.
Inside. Yes!
He can time his passes so perfectly. What an assist.
Lets the floater go. No good. Good D by...
Lowry's developed into a perennial all-star. It shows what can happen when you really put the work in.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. So he goes 2 for 2.
The book on this one, guys.
Klay Thompson for 3. Oh, he missed it. And so it's Toronto winning this one.
With his team pulling out the victory, my player was just tenacious defensively. Rare to see a new player like him cause so much havoc